John Inverdale.
Still in Malta, still looking for the world's strongest man. These huge guys, just the latest invasion force since the Sicilians in 5000 BC. During the Second World War, more bombs were dropped on Malta than on London during the Blitz. Hugo Girard of Canada, the winner of yesterday's heat, and he's joined in the final by the giant Icelander, Torfi Olafsson. And we're now 4/5 of the way towards completing the list of the 10 finalists for this year's Metrex Trophy. 6 Scandinavians, a Scot and a Canadian through so far.
Hi, I'm Will Baskin. I've competed at this level before but never made the final. This year I hope to change up, there's a few strong guys in the way. First up is Berend Veneberg. He was an Olympic weightlifting finalist in Atlanta and competes in this event on his way to Sydney Olympics next year. Berend Veneberg got injured in the final last year, becomes a father this year, decides to retire after that, so it's now or never. Wade Baskin, this year's youngest competitor, is at 23. He has one of the most impressive physiques on display. Is that all it is? Andreas Hoffman, the dark horse in the seat, but at 6'7" tall, he's going to be hard to miss. László Fekete, the oldest man in the competition at 41, hugely experienced, but surely can't be at his peak at that age. And finally me, I'm no youngster myself at 36, but I've trained hard and truly believe that this is my best chance ever to reach the final.
So this is the final heat, 6 more events, 6 more athletes, only 2 are going to make it through to the final. As far as the fishing's concerned, I've had a wretched week. I haven't seen a fish, never mind caught one, but a guy in the bar told me last night the thing to do was get in the water and tickle them out. So while I'm tickling, our 6 strong men are going to be dragging sledges, trucking, 10-pin bowling, demolition, car lifting, and they finish with a 3,000 kilogram steeplechase. So the first event is down by the harbour, and our commentator is Paul Dickinson.
The course is ready, the cannonball weighs 100 kilograms and the Maltese cross too, and that's ready for László Fekete, champion stone lifter from Hungary.
From Germany,
the huge figure of Andreas Hoffmann, another great name from Germany, and his first ever World's Strongest Man.
Berend Veneberg.
A veteran of World's Strongest Man, Berend Veneberg, a long-time champion of Holland. The Rikards Bergmanis, the champion Olympic weightlifter from Latvia.
Wade Baskin.
Another new name, Wade Baskin of the United States of America.
And from England, Will Baskin.
And finally, from Northamptonshire, 36 years old, Will Baskin.
Ready.
Dougie Edmonds sends them on their way. A real tough test for Will Baskin nearest the camera. Having a little bit of a problem down the course with the 100 kilogram ball. Then they've got to sprint all the way back for the Maltese cross and then drag the sled down the course. The combined weight is about 300 kilograms. Well, one thing these guys don't like doing is running. And Rikards Bergmanis is way out in front at the moment. On the far side, László Fekete, the oldest man in the competition, over 40 years old, but he's going well. Bergmanis has showed us over many years of competition. He's very fit, but he's having problems getting that sled started, and Will Baskin has caught up. Andreas Hoffmann of Germany lagging way behind the rest, and they're all in a line. Bergmanis marginally in the lead. Bill Piddock is only about a metre behind this fella, just inside him, Wade Baskin of the United States. And Bill is having problems. He's had to go back and load the Maltese cross. Back on the sledge, Fekete on the far side has fallen. Now come on, Bill, you've got a lot of work to do. The clock is ticking down, only 5 seconds to go before the whistle. And I think Wade Baskin is just in the lead. Veneberg is close, and Fekete thinks he's won it. He came through with a late spurt, so it's all going to be down to the tape measure now. Maximum points for Hungary, perhaps.
I am Strongman, Hungary.
Well, the tail of the tape told a different story. Baskin was just a few centimetres ahead of the Hungarian, and he wasn't happy about it.
Csak hát ők ráhúztak mi.
Yeah, he felt
Mindegyik
when they
versenyzés.
did the sign, he stopped.
Ezt én nem tettem
He
meg.
stopped immediately, and he feels somebody else pull it more. So that's why.
Én nem tettem meg ezt.
Is he happy with that start?
Azt mondja, hogy de örülsz,
Nem, mert én ezt meg akartam nyerni.
No, because he wanted to win.
I would like to win. I trained really hard for this event. I was kind of a little disappointed that I dropped the ball, but I wasn't too worried. I knew I could make it up against these old guys.
So victory for the new kid on the block, Wade Baskin of the States. 6 points to him, second place to Veneberg, Piddock in last. And we're staying down at the harbour for the second event of this heat. And what would a strongman competition be without a great big truck?
And so a terrible start for England's Bill Piddock. He's got a lot of work to do in this event, that's for sure. Jogging down to the start, he knows it's going to be an enormous task.
So how would you assess that first performance?
Appalling. It's a good event. I did bad, so you can't do that.
So Bill Piddock all harnessed up, 17 tons of truck he's got to drag down the course. All of these strongmen know that when they've got to pull this sort of weight over 25 metres, it's going to test their legs, their arms, their lungs and every muscle in their body, but he's got away to a good start. Very little short steps, and how many times have we seen that in Strongest Man? There's no point in trying to stride out. So a steady start for Bill Piddock. He's got his family out here, wife Debbie and sons Sam and Joe shouting from the sidelines. And going well now. Staying low, driving with the legs. Jamie Reeves, as always, just encouraging all the competitors, walking alongside him. And that truck has got to get right up to that white line. Over 40 seconds, and the standard has been set for everybody else. 46.41. A good opening effort.
Good but not good enough. Beaten by the next three European competitors. Hoffmann from Germany, 45.09. Bergmanis from Latvia, 45.35. And just inside Piddock's time, Fekete of Hungary, 46.18.
Take the rope.
Berend Veneberg now. And that time by Andreas Hoffmann, 45.09, the time to beat. Well, in terms of all the competitors here today, I think Berend Veneberg by far and away the most experienced. He's a professional strongman. This is his life, and he desperately wants to make it through to the final. It was a very good time by Hoffmann, certainly the German's best performance so far, but it does mean that Bill Piddock is lying in last place, and that's bad news for England. Veneberg drives on. About another 15 metres to go for the truck. You've got to keep pulling, despite the fact the strongman goes over the line. You've got to get the truck up there too, and it's fast. 40.56, a tremendous performance by Berend Veneberg. So Veneberg, the man to beat. A fantastic time by him, 40.56. And quite frankly, I'd be amazed if Wade Baskin could do it. He's under 6 feet tall. He only just weighs about 20 stones.
Come on, Wade, go!
And away we go. It was a great victory by him in the first event, just by a whisker. He beat Veneberg by 14 centimetres in the carry and drag. And that is the smallest of margins, but he's going well. He's very compact. There's not an ounce of fat on this fella, that's for sure. That 20 stones is made up of solid muscle. And Baskin is really going for it. A second victory in a row would be remarkable for this young fella. 5 meters left. Is he going to go under 40 seconds? He's done it. 38.81. That is incredible by Wade Baskin. Maximum points again. He doesn't know what the time is. He will soon, and it means another 6 points.
Have you been pulling a fast one here? Because you said before that you didn't want to do that event.
Yeah, I really didn't. I don't know how I pulled that one off. Just lucky, I guess.
Well, Baskin is clearly the man to beat. Veneberg snapping at his heels. Poor old Bill Pittock stuck in the quagmire. And Baskin has a maximum 12 points after those first 2 heats. Veneberg in second place, and they're pulling away from the pack already. For the third event, down to the seaside, Golden Bay, and another of the very traditional strongman events, lifting the Atlas stones.
So let's talk about the stones. This one here weighs the same as 2 Mick Jaggers. This is Mick and half of Charlie Watts. This is Mick and all of Ronnie Wood. And this one here, this mammoth stone, is 165 kilograms. That's nearly 400 pounds. God knows how many Keith Richards that is.
From Hungary,
László Fekete, the first to be introduced to the crowd. And in Hungary, stone lifting is a traditional strongman event. It's certainly not in Northamptonshire, but Bill Pittock is very experienced at this one.
ready.
Fekete on the left-hand side. This first one should be quite easy. 105 kilograms or 16 stones. Now, Andreas Hoffman and Rikards Bergmanis have already been, and Bergmanis has set the target for these two guys. 4 stones. He couldn't do the 5th one, but 4 stones in 38.76. So keep your eye on the clock. Fekete is going well. Bill Pittock on the 3rd stone. 125 kilograms, almost 20 stones, and Fekete is really flying. That's his 4th stone. If he can do the 5th, well, he's in the lead already. Now, come on, Bill. Fekete. Now, only a small handful of men have ever lifted this. That is incredible. That is the size of a huge motorbike he's just lifted up there. Now, can Bill get the 4th stone up? He's done it. Great performance by Bill Pittock, and he says forget about the last one. Fekete's lift was absolutely remarkable.
Now, I hate to say this, but he is the oldest man in the competition. How much longer can he go on?
Azt mondja, hogy te vagy itt a legidősebb ebben a versenyben, hogy mennyi ideig tudod még ezt csinálni?
Hát még egy 40 évet.
He would like to make it more 40 years minimum.
I'm the second oldest.
Oh, hang on a second, we've got the old boys here. So how long are you going to go on for?
Well, my performance so far, I'm going to finish Sunday.
You didn't fancy that 5th stone though, why?
No, I knew it weren't worth trying really. It's a bit beyond me, 165 kilo. I was well chuffed before.
Well, I wonder what Wade Baskin thinks. He's never actually done this event before. Berend Veneberg has, and he's a pretty good stone lifter. But what an incredible performance by László Fekete. 45.08, and Baskin, well, being under 6 feet tall, that first stone is a problem. Now watch out. He's trying to head it up there at the moment. That's not a very good idea. Meanwhile, Veneberg has got 2 up. The Dutchman is absolutely flying, and that could be bad news for Bill Pittock. Pittock got 4 stones up in 53 seconds. Well, I don't think Wade Baskin's going to make it 3 victories in a row. That is Veneberg. He moves ahead of Bill Pittock. Now, can he do the big one? Baskin, meanwhile, struggling to get the 3rd stone up, 125 kilos. But look at that. Compared to that massive 165, it pales into insignificance. Huge effort from Berend Veneberg, but I think he's given up. He'll have to settle for 4 stones with a very, very fast time. And that will be good enough for second place at the moment behind Fekete. Only about 8 seconds to go for Wade Baskin. Otherwise, it's just a single point for the American. That is it. Well, he's got 2 victories so far, 2 magnificent victories, but this one, a huge effort for Wade Baskin.
Are you happy with the way you're feeling?
Yes, yeah, very happy. I did a lot of fitness work the last couple of weeks, months, to say, and it did me very good. The strength is almost there always, man. Not to be the endurance and all these kind of things. And did a lot of that more. It feels good. Also afterwards, it feels great.
So it's good to be top at the moment?
Yeah, thank you.
I got to be honest, I was expecting to do better than I did. I kind of heaved the first one up there. Thought I had enough lift on it to get it on. And apparently misjudged it and it came back down right on top of my head. And then when it takes that long to get the first one on, I knew the rest were going to be tough just because it takes so much out of you.
So Fekete, the only man to lift all 5 stones in that heat, and for old Wade Baskin it was 2 stones too far, and he loses the lead now to Berend Veneberg, 15, 13, 12. It's getting tight at the top.
At what point did you think strongman is what I ought to be thinking in terms of?
Won teenage nationals in powerlifting a couple years back, and I'd been watching on TV and thought that looks fun. Thought I could do what those guys do, so that's decided I'd give it a try.
And how much more do you need to bulk up to be a serious contender, do you think?
Probably another 10 pounds. Really not a lot. You look at the top guys now. Jouko Ahola is really not that heavy. Maybe 125 kilos, 275 or so. So I really don't need that much more size. It's just a lot of technique and practicing the events, and a lot of it's just experience.
Do you look 10 years down the line and think I could be really good?
Sometimes I do. The key is staying injury-free, though, and that's hard to do. But if I can go without any injuries, I think I can be pretty good down the road.
And so back to the historic Temple of Hajaim and a new event for World's Strongest Man, the Pillars of Hercules. Actually, they're sewage pipes, but don't let that spoil your enjoyment.
So, Wade Baskin describing strongman competitions as being fun. I'm not sure he'll feel the same way after this one.
Bolts out. Take the third.
Here we go. 170 kilos in each arm. Like the old medieval torture on the rack, and Wade Baskin just looking at his left hand. Is the grip good enough? He's already scarred from lifting those Atlas stones. Tremendous performance by the American so far. He's in second place overall behind Berend Veneberg. 25 seconds, the American going well. Sitting into it. That's obviously helping him. He's over 33 seconds, 33.20. The first time he's ever done this event too. Good effort.
Well, here are 3 more men in pain. Bergmanis, 33.9. That time bettered by Hoffman of Germany, 35.08 for him. But the pain is much mental as physical now for poor old Bill Pittock in last place.
2 competitors left, and this is Berend Veneberg, the overall leader. And when we think back to last year's World's Strongest Man competition, he won a very similar competition called the Hercules Hold, but it was 2 cars he was hanging on to then. The target 35.08 by Germany's Andreas Hoffmann. Veneberg, a gritty competitor. He just about lives in the gym in the run-up to these sort of competitions. He trains so hard, but how on earth do you train for an event like this? Looking solid, trying to block out the pain. In the end, it's all about how strong that grip is. Approaching 35 seconds. The Dutchman goes into the lead. He's over 40, a terrific effort. Fantastic for Berend Veneberg. It could be maximum points again, 45.87. Only László Fekete left.
What does it feel like when you know that your fingers are losing it little by little, bit by bit?
Pain, only pain, and fighting before a little pain. And when you're going to the left side, you try to commit to the left side to hold them a couple of few seconds longer. That is the way.
Well, that performance has certainly given László Fekete something to think about. All these competitors use this chalk on their hands just to give them a little bit extra. Away we go. Well, this fella is not exactly the most athletic figure in World's Strongest Man, but he's very, very tough. An immense chest. He's about 60 inches around the chest. Now, what's important for the Hungarian is that, of course, he's going to chase Berend Veneberg, but he wants to go past Wade Baskin's time of 33.20. That'll close the gap on the American. Only 2 places at stake for the final. He's gone past Wade Baskin. I'm glad he thinks it's funny. Oh, he's gone. He didn't bother chasing Veneberg, I'm sure about that. He just wanted second place. And that really sets it up beautifully for the last couple of events.
It sure does. Veneberg with his first victory in this heat, Fekete in second place, and Wade Baskin slipping off the pace a bit, now back into third, but it's going to be very tight for those 2 places in the final.
An absolutely beautiful setting for this deadlift hold, and a tremendous audience as well. They've already seen Bill Pittock and Andreas Hoffmann of Germany have their attempts at lifting 3/4 of a ton of metal. Hoffmann in the lead at 52.56. Now it's Wade Baskin striding onto the stage, just getting those lifting straps ready. And László Fekete, tremendous performance by him in the Atlas Stones, and 2 victories so far in this competition by the young American.
From Hungary, László Fekete.
Well, for the first time in World's Strongest Man, we have 2 competitors eyeball to eyeball, facing each other, trying to psych each other out. Easily by Wade Baskin, Fekete just behind him, and the clock starts. The target 52.56, and I suppose what we're looking at here is a real battle for this second qualifying place. Veneberg is pretty much in the final already. He's got a good lead over the rest. But the second place is between László Fekete and Wade Baskin at the moment. So there's everything to go for in this penultimate event. The American solid. And if possible, Wade Baskin has to put as much space between himself and Fekete as possible. Fekete trying to block everything out. That's Wade Baskin. The contrast in their expressions is incredible. They're way past what Andreas Hoffmann did, and Fekete goes down. That was very sudden, and Baskin is hanging on. In the lead, the American. His brother is in the audience shouting out the time to him. This is phenomenal, 75 seconds. Way in the lead, and still 2 very good competitors to go, of course. Berend Veneberg, the overall leader, and the Olympic weightlifter Rikards Bergmanis. And if those 2 could go ahead of Fekete as well, Wade Baskin may be safe in the final. His brother saying, keep going. This is getting ridiculous. I've never seen anybody approaching 2 minutes. We had it in Nevada a few years ago, and the best time there was about 90 seconds. We're over 100 now, approaching 2 minutes. Phenomenal, that's all I can say. Even Jamie Reeves there, a former World's Strongest Man, next to Baskin, must be amazed at how he's hanging on by his fingertips. Oh, he's gone. That was unbelievable. And Fekete, totally perplexed. Well, almost all the blood has drained away from Wade Baskin's head. He's probably feeling a little bit faint, but he'll be back soon. That was unbelievable. Wade Baskin with a most incredible time. That is the most impressive performance we've had in World's Strongest Man this year, and one of the best I've ever seen.
I was just thinking about the pain the whole time, how bad it hurts, just almost unbearable. I felt my grip started to go early on. To be honest with you, once I hit about 30, I thought I was fixing to go. And just keep on pushing it.
I thought when he put it down, you were going to put it down.
No, I couldn't do that. I need to spread out the points between me and László, so hopefully some people will beat him and let it down a little before my time.
Well, that's just what happened. But even if you don't like strongmen competitions, wasn't that an awe-inspiring feat by Baskin? And now he's right back in it, up to second place. Veneberg out 4 points clear, but will it be Baskin or Fekete for the final place?
Well, the harbour looking magnificent as always for this traditional final event in World's Strongest Man this year, the medley. Big question marks, though, over who is going to make it through to the final. We all think Berend Veneberg is safe. He's accumulated enough points so far. But what about László Fekete? 1 point behind Wade Baskin in second place. That's László Fekete's wife. And there's an outside chance Rikards Bergmanis, the Latvian, could make it too. That's the leader nearest the camera. Right next to him is Wade Baskin in lane 2, then Fekete, and then Bergmanis. Hoffman, well, he's way off the pace as the German, as unfortunately is Will Baskin. But Berend Veneberg spins that 300-kilogram tyre the fastest, being chased by Bergmanis. And Bergmanis could be running into a place in the final at the moment. He's way ahead of Fekete and Baskin. I just wonder how much that deadlift hold took out of Wade Baskin. He's just dropped the 100-kilogram cannonball. That 100-kilogram Maltese cross going on top of the box. Bergmanis is he's fallen. And that means that Berend Veneberg comes through. He's through to the final, but who's got second place? Bergmanis and Veneberg go back for the chain. Wade Baskin having all sorts of problems. Fekete now, the anchor, he's got to go back for the chain. But Wade Baskin, well, he's still got a chance of going through to the final, but he's absolutely wrecked. Veneberg has done it. He's won the final heat. Fekete struggling with that chain. Andreas Hoffman's going back. Bergmanis is still going to have to wait and see whether he's done enough. Fekete has to beat Baskin by 2 places. Baskin's coming through now, and if Hoffman beats him, the American's out of the final. Oh, Hoffman just stops there. He's done it. Wade Baskin, having led over the first couple of the events, has really lost it over the last 3 meters of the final event, the medley. I do not believe it. What a finish to our final heat. Veneberg is through, that's definite, and officially Fekete has made it, and one of the favourites has gone out.
And so, plain sailing for Veneberg, Baskin cast adrift with a paltry 1 point.
No excuses, I just didn't really come prepared this year.
Bit of an experience, do you think?
Yeah. I think I'll gain a lot from it. I know what to work on for next year, and I'll be back.
Well, how much did that amazing car lift take out of Wade Baskin? In the end, it was Veneberg and Fekete who went through to the final, and one of those 10 men will lift the Metrex trophy.
Well, Berend, congratulations on getting through to the final. Obviously, you'll be looking to do better this year than you managed last year. But you're probably aware that I've been fishing all week, at least trying to catch some fish. And today I managed to tickle one out. I got a big boy. Look at that. I reeled him in. I was so proud.
So who will it be? The final is tomorrow at 6:30 here on BBC One.